If your shoulder hurts every time you raise your arm to the side, don't ignore it. This isn't just discomfort. It's a signal that something bad is happening inside your shoulder. And if you keep training through the pain, you could end up with a serious injury that takes months to recover from. But the good news is, in most cases, you can fix this on your own. In this video, I'll show you why exactly your shoulder hurts, how to identify the cause, and I'll give you specific exercises that will eliminate this pain. Let's break it down. Look, your shoulder isn't just one joint. It's a complex structure made of bones, muscles, tendons, and ligaments. When you raise your arm to the side, the main work is done by the deltoid muscle. But underneath it, in a narrow space, runs the supraspinatus tendon. And here's the problem. Between the head of the humerus and the acromion, a bony process of the shoulder blade, there's a narrow space, just a few millimeters. When you raise your arm, this space gets even narrower, and the supraspinatus tendon literally gets pinched between the bones. This is called impingement syndrome, and it's the #1 cause of pain when raising your arm to the side. Think about it, every time you do dumbbell lateral raises, you're compressing the tendon over and over. Workout after workout, the tendon gets inflamed, swells up, and that makes it pinch even more. A vicious cycle. But why doesn't this happen to everyone? This is where it gets interesting. There are 3 main reasons why this impingement happens to you. Reason number 1: weak rotator cuff. The rotator cuff is a group of 4 small muscles that stabilize the head of the humerus in the joint. When these muscles are weak, the humeral head shifts upward when you raise your arm, and the higher it goes, the more it pinches the supraspinatus tendon. Most people at the gym train their delts, chest, back, but nobody trains the rotator cuff. And that's a huge mistake. Reason number 2: poor posture and shoulder protraction. If you sit at a computer or look at your phone a lot, your shoulders roll forward. Your shoulder blades spread apart, and the acromion, that bony process, tilts downward. This narrows the space for the tendon even more. And even without heavy loads, you start feeling pain. Reason number 3: incorrect technique on lateral raises. This is something I see in every gym. When you do lateral raises and lift your arm with your thumb pointing down, like this, you're maximally narrowing the subacromial space. You're literally creating perfect conditions for tendon impingement. Now let's check what exactly is going on with you. I'll show you 3 simple tests you can do right now. Test 1: the near test. Straighten your arm completely. Now turn it so your thumb points down, and slowly raise it forward and up to the maximum. If at the top you feel pain in the front or side of your shoulder, that's a sign of impingement. Test 2: the painful arc. Stand up straight. Raise your arm to the side slowly. Pay attention to how it feels. If pain appears in the range of roughly 60 to 120 degrees, but above and below it doesn't hurt, that's a classic sign of subacromial impingement. It's exactly in this range that the tendon gets maximally compressed. Test 3: rotator cuff test. Bend your arm at the elbow to 90 degrees. Keep your elbow pressed against your body. Now try to rotate your forearm outward while resisting this movement with your other hand. If you feel weakness or pain, that indicates a rotator cuff problem. If at least one test is positive, keep watching carefully. Now I'll show you what to do about it. But first let's go over the mistakes that make everything worse. Mistake number 1: training through the pain. I get it. You don't want to skip workouts. You think it's just a minor thing, and it'll go away on its own. It won't. Every time you do lateral raises through pain, you increase the inflammation. The tendon swells more. The space gets even narrower. And what could have been fixed in 2 to 3 weeks turns into a chronic problem lasting months. Mistake number 2: taking painkillers and heading to the gym. Pain is a signal. It's not the enemy. When you mask the pain with pills, you're not solving the problem. You're just removing the warning. And you continue destroying the tendon without feeling it. Mistake number 3: completely stopping all shoulder movement. The other extreme. Some people think, it hurts so I need complete rest. Don't move the arm. Just wait. But total immobility is also bad. Muscles get weaker. The joint loses mobility. And when you return to training, it gets even worse. You need the right balance. And here's exactly what you need to do. Alright, if even one of those tests came back positive, you don't need more lateral raises. You need rotator cuff work and scapular control. I'm not demonstrating the exercises in this video, because without proper technique it's easy to make things worse. But solid step-by-step programs already exist in trusted resources, for example, John M. Kirsch's book Shoulder Pain, The Solution and Prevention, and other rehab-focused materials. To save you time, I'll list the recommended books and where to find them in the video description. But I need to tell you something important. There are situations where home exercises won't help and you need to see a doctor. These are red flags. Remember them. First, the pain doesn't decrease after 3 to 4 weeks of exercises. Second, night pain. If you wake up from shoulder pain, it could be a sign of tendon damage or bursa inflammation. Third, sudden weakness. If you suddenly can't raise your arm or hold even a light object, that could indicate a tendon tear. Fourth, pain after a specific injury. You fell, got hit, jerked your arm, and it's been hurting since. See a doctor. No question. Don't self-treat if you have even one of these signs. Let's wrap it up. Shoulder pain when raising your arm to the side is most often impingement syndrome. The tendon gets pinched between the bones. The cause is a weak rotator cuff, poor posture, and incorrect technique. The solution: strengthen your rotator cuff, fix your scapular positioning, and temporarily avoid movements that cause pain. For exercises every day, 10 to 15 minutes, 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll be back to training pain-free. If this video was helpful, hit the like button. Seriously, it helps other people with the same problem find this video. Subscribe to the channel. Here I break down the most common injuries and pain that people who train deal with. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I read everything. See you in the next video. Train smart.